In the depths of the vast ocean, long before the world as we know it, the waters churned with chaos. Ethereal mermaids wielding glowing tridents clashed against armored human warriors in a desperate, violent struggle. The ocean floor trembled with the clash of power and steel. And at the center of it all was her, the Mermaid Queen, Neryssa. Her golden eyes burned like molten fire. Her voice carried the fury of the tides themselves. "Humans have stolen from us for too long," she roared, raising her arms to summon an enormous tidal wave. "Now they will pay!" The wave surged forward, crashing against the human fleet, swallowing entire ships whole. In the chaos, one figure watched silently, Prince Caius, a noble mermaid, torn between loyalty to his queen and his desire for peace. "This cannot go on," he whispered, his expression heavy with grief. He turned to the human leader beside him, nodding resolutely. Together, they clutched a shimmering artifact, a glowing mermaid scale, said to hold the power to bind even the fiercest of queens. As Neryssa unleashed another wave of destruction, Caius betrayed her. The artifact shone bright, and magical chains shot forth, binding her with unbreakable force. "You cannot silence me forever!" Neryssa screamed, her voice echoing as she was dragged into the abyss. "The tides will rise again!" For centuries, her fury remained locked away, and peace returned to the oceans. But peace is fragile, and time is a restless tide. Centuries later, under the brilliant shimmer of sunlight filtering through waves, marine biologist Lyra Harper dove into the depths of the ocean. Her flashlight cut through the murky water, illuminating the wonders of the sea. "This place, it feels ancient," Lyra murmured into her radio, her voice tinged with awe. Suddenly, a glint of gold caught her eye. Tucked beneath the sands, an object shimmered like a star beneath the waves. Lyra brushed away the sediment, revealing a scale. But this was no ordinary scale. It pulsed faintly, almost as if alive. The water around her seemed to grow colder and heavier. The faint sound of singing, haunting and beautiful, echoed through the ocean. Lyra's heart pounded. "What is this?" she whispered, clutching the scale tightly. Suddenly, the ground beneath her shifted, and a crack formed in the seafloor. The current turned violent, tugging at her as if the ocean itself sought to claim her. Fighting the growing panic, Lyra swam toward her boat. "I have to get out of here!" Back in her dimly lit lab, later that night, Lyra carefully placed the scale under a microscope. Strange, glowing symbols shimmered across its surface, pulsating rhythmically. "This isn't like anything I've seen before," she muttered. A sudden gust of wind blew through the open window, scattering her papers. Lyra froze. The room grew eerily silent. Then faintly she heard it, a whisper. "Lyra!" Her eyes widened. The scale began to glow brighter. The whisper came again, louder this time. "Lyra, come to me!" Snatching her phone, she called her mentor, Dr. Eleanor Moreau. "Dr. Moreau, you need to see this. I found something incredible," she said, her voice trembling with urgency. Elsewhere, the sea churned beneath stormy skies. Alec Rivers, a seasoned fisherman with weathered hands and a sharp eye, navigated his boat through the rough waters. He hummed an old sea shanty, a steady voice cutting through the storm. His net snagged on something heavy. "What now?" he muttered, hauling it up. As the net breached the surface, his breath caught. Tangled within it was a figure with shimmering silver hair and glowing blue eyes. It was a mermaid. The mermaid gasped for air, her voice weak but urgent. "Please," she croaked. "You have to stop her. The queen, she's waking." Alex stared in disbelief. "The queen? What the hell are you talking about?" Before she could answer, the boat rocked violently. A massive shadow passed beneath them, sending ripples through the water. Alex's grip tightened on the mermaid as the storm grew fiercer. That night, Lyra dreamed. She stood on a shore, staring at a calm ocean. But the calm didn't last. The waves began to rise, higher and higher, until a colossal tidal wave loomed overhead. From the depths emerged Neryssa, her golden eyes piercing through the chaos. "You cannot run from destiny, Lyra," she said, her voice both a command and a promise. Lyra woke with a gasp, her heart racing. On her desk, the scale glowed brighter than ever. The next morning, Lyra drove toward Dr. Moreau's secluded study, the scale wrapped tightly in cloth. Meanwhile, Alec pulled the weakened mermaid aboard his boat, their eyes meeting in wary understanding. The tides are rising. The Mermaid Queen stirs. Will Lyra and Alec uncover the truth in time, or will Neryssa's wrath drown the world? Next time on Tides of War, secrets of the scale unravel, and the first clash with Neryssa's loyalists begins. If you're as captivated by the mysteries of the deep as we are, make sure to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Dobzia Films for more episodes. Don't miss the next chapter of Tides of War as the legend of the Mermaid Queen unfolds.